Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
I think, Sean, I need to check my head and make sure it's working right.
Why is that?
I swear to you, I have been in the worst spell in terms of like these picks that I've been in probably 2 years, maybe even more. Yeah, Braves are fighting hard. Yeah, they got the Dodgers in the first game with that bullpen game, which is kind of interesting, right?
Yeah, I don't get it.
How do you not have any kind of lineup? Are other pitchers hurt, or what's going on with that?
I don't know. I mean, that's been a thing now for the Dodgers the last couple of months. It's odd. And you know, they have good pitching. I mean, it's just not enough depth, I guess.
I guess if Trevor Bauer wasn't such a bad boy, maybe they would be a little bit different situation, right?
Yeah.
Young man's got to learn to behave himself. I don't want to get in that situation, that conversation, but I never understood that part of professional athletes. Living in Chicago, I've been out many nights and I have seen professional athletes out. And I remember one night in particular, we were out, and Chris Chelios, who used to play basketball, right? He used to play hockey for like forever, right? The Chicago Blackhawks. And he was leaning against the wall. And I'm telling you that the people surrounding him, 99.99, maybe probably 100% female, were 10 deep. So I can never quite understand why these guys get in trouble for these things. Do you know what I'm saying? Are they just dumb? Do they have like some kind of problem that gets them in trouble like that? I don't know, but in any case, that's just whenever I hear those kind of stories, it amazes me because I remember what I've seen the Bulls out and like the people hanging around them and just craziness. But anyway, enough about that. We're here to talk some NFL football and see if we can find some winners. At the very minimum, I would suggest just absolutely pretending it's the 80s or 90s or whenever, early 2000s, when the fade haircut was in, and just fade the hell out of me because I can't. I'm watching these college football games today, Sean, and I'm seeing Florida, Hail Mary. The guy didn't even, LSU, it's 3 defensive backs around the guy. No one even looks for the ball, catches it. Okay, that game's going over. I'm watching the other game in Cincinnati, the team that they're playing against, UCF, right? They have a chance to cut the lead to 14. What does the guy do? 4th and 1, pick 6 for a touchdown, right? Mm-hmm. It's just like, the next time they punt, the first carry, 74 yards for a touchdown. You're like, you know what? This is just not my day. And then I'm like, all right, maybe I'll get lucky with baseball. And then I turn on the baseball score and I see it's 8-0. The folks from Houston have done something, and that is they've gone ahead and given up a grand slam in the first 2 innings of a baseball game in the playoffs. Don't know that's ever happened. And I'm like, I've had enough for this day.
Yeah, and Florida, LSU, I mean, who would have thought the score would have been that? And then not only that, but I mean, who would have thought LSU would have won that game the way their offense hasn't looked that good all year. I mean, Florida's defense is
the Florida quarterback's terrible.
Well, no, the guy who came in the second half played really good up to that point where he just threw it up.
No, I'm saying that the kid, whoever played in the first half for Florida,
was
brutal. I think he threw 3 interceptions, and he gave LSU like the 20-yard line a bunch of times. Yeah, Purdue got a lot of people.
The Purdue thing, I wanted
to. It's classic letdown, Sean.
Yeah, well, yeah, and Iowa. I've told everybody this week Iowa's not the number 2 team in the nation. I don't even know how you make them the number 2 team. Because they were number 4 or 5 and Alabama lost. I want to make them number 2 because they beat Penn State.
I mean, Alabama lost to a 2-loss team.
Yeah, I know. But
no, you can't. I mean, they lost to a 2-loss team. They shouldn't even be number 5.
But shouldn't rankings be accurate? Are we saying Iowa?
Well, how do you know Alabama's any good?
Iowa's not better than Alabama. We all knew that.
Well, you don't know that unless they play one another. And everybody's going to have an off day.
Drew's going to agree with me on that, though. I
don't think that Alabama is their quarterback is suspect. They let up points. They lost to a 2-loss team. I mean, it would be one thing if they lost to a team who hadn't lost. But anyway, we're not here to talk about college football.
Iowa should have lost to a Penn State team if it wasn't for their quarterback.
Yeah, I mean that. But if my sister was a little bit different, she'd be my brother. Anyway, let's talk football. The first game on the schedule for this weekend is the Miami Dolphins. Yay. They are LOL. Mississippi State, they are LOL. So the Dolphins play the Jacksonville Jaguars. Sean, this is almost a game I would consider money lining.
As far as, because I'm going to take
Miami. How good are the Dolphins?
I'm going to take Miami giving up 3 because Jacksonville's just a mess.
Oh, my God. Jacksonville can be a mess, but have you bothered to watch this Miami football team with Jacoby Brissett? I mean, maybe Tua might be back this week.
Yeah, I was going to say Tua.
Did you watch this Miami football team all last year and all this year with Tua? There ain't no difference.
Yeah, but I think the one thing in this game, the best unit would be Miami's defense. Then Jacksonville's offense or Jacksonville's defense or Miami's offense. So I think with that, and if Tua does come back, it'll be a little bit more consistency in Miami's offense, less turnovers.
Really? Have you watched Tua play football in the NFL? Or are you still stuck? Are you still stuck because we're talking college football?
No. He's the game manager. I mean, he'll game.
And what is Jacoby Brissett? I'm just curious.
Brissett's a little bit more aggressive, and he turns the ball over.
He doesn't turn the ball over that much.
He's not as good as Tua as far as protecting the ball. So
yeah, because if you won't throw it, you can't turn.
You don't really. You're thinking taking Jacksonville as much of a.
I think Jacksonville home dog is got. I'm not going to take them, but I'm telling you, I would think that. I mean,
they're not.
The way I do things, it leans Miami across the board. But just the way Miami's offense played, they are one of the worst teams in football on the offensive side of the ball. Jacksonville's defense is not that bad. It's okay. And then I think that Trevor Lawrence, he's becoming smarter by the week, and he hasn't turned the ball over. Well, he did last week, but I don't feel like the Miami defense is going to get to him that much. I think they'll be able to run on Miami, and that'll open up the passing game. It'll be a close game, and I think Jacksonville will have a chance to win late. I'm not going to play it. You can go ahead and play the Dolphins, but I feel like there's a money line game on the board today. It's the battle of bad Florida teams, and and I would be inclined to take Jacksonville. Well, you think I'm crazy? The line's only plus 102 in some places.
Well, see, the thing is, Jacksonville's been a mess, and they're going to London. You don't want a team that's a mess traveling to London. You think they're going to be ready to play a football game?
Well, Sunday? Why
not? They're not going to be ready.
All right.
They're a mess.
So you go ahead and take the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm taking the Dolphins, giving up 3.
Well, they probably win by a lot. So the total in this game, Sean, is 47.5. I think is that 47. I have them coming in at 48. So just 1 point above. That's not enough for me to pull the trigger. But if I were going to play it, I would lean towards the over, but only by a point.
We'll disagree again. I would lean the under, but I'm not playing it. I don't have really a strong feeling on it. I just think, like you said, Miami's offense hasn't been really good. Jacksonville's just a mess altogether. And Miami's defense is the best unit, so we'll keep it a little bit.
Best unit by what measure?
Miami's. If you had to pick one thing if you had to take Jacksonville's offense instead of any other offense, you had to pick one of these. Jacksonville's offense.
If I had to pick one thing on this field that I think I believe I can count on now and going forward, be Trevor Lawrence.
Well, that'd be it. You got
the rest of them can all go. You
got to take the whole unit. So you're going to take Jacksonville's offense.
Well, I think Jacksonville offense right now is actually better than Miami's offense. I don't think. I mean, who can they throw the ball to? Jalen Waddle, 3 yards a pass? Mike Gesicki, maybe 8 yards a pass? And then you have Devontae Parker, and then Will Fuller. Dude can't even get on the field. Well, I mean, who are you going to throw the ball to? Myles Gaskin 1,000 times?
And Parker, both of them, Parker's the same way about injuries. That's the problem too.
So you got guys that can run 6-yard patterns with quarterbacks who like to throw 3-yard passes. That's a great prescription for offense. But anyway, you and I are split on it. So are the bets. 48% of the tickets are on the Dolphins, but a little bit more than 50 cents are on the Dolphins.
This is a total. Yeah, I mean, and a London game as well. This is a total I would just completely stay away from.
Yeah, well, that's a game I would stay away from. If I were going to do it, I would definitely moneyline Jacksonville. Houston and Indianapolis. Okay, so here's the blowout game of the day, right?
Possibly. I don't have a strong feeling on this one at all. I definitely don't want to give up 10 points with an Indianapolis team here. And Houston's offense did come to a little bit last week, so maybe they found something. Quarterback playing better. We'll see. I didn't like it with the 10-point spread. It's probably about right.
10 points is too much. I think that the Colts probably cover. I would lean the Colts because they're the better team. They're the home team. You can point to them being better on both sides of the ball. They're the better defense. They're the better offense. They maybe one places with Rodrigo Blankenship's leg being all messed up. They might not be the best kicking team. But outside of that, I think the Colts have a lot of advantages. 10 points in the NFL is just a little too much for my taste, so I'll pass on that spot. But I'm not going to pass on the total, Sean, because I feel like this is a game where one of the two teams is going to get into the 30s. And the total is 43.5. So I feel like if I can get 17 points from Houston, the game goes over.
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, that's a pretty low total for these two teams. So yeah, I was
kind of surprised at that total too. So I have them scoring. Let's see. I gotta find it because these things are out of order compared to how I do them. I have them coming in at 52 points, Sean. So that's considerably over where that numbers is. So I'm going to go over. And, going over with the Colts has worked out for me. I think I've been on them every week except one, and I won 3 out of 4 so far that way. So Colts defense left set some points. Their offense will score some points. Carson Wentz looks like he's starting to finally feel comfortable in the offense there for Frank Reich, who is considered offensive-minded coach. So I think you're going to see an explosion of points from the Colts this weekend.
Yeah.
All right, I'm glad you agree with me. Instead of arguing. Well, I mean, you might as well take the opposite side of everything I do the way I've been going these days.
Yeah, I mean, if we take both sides, one of us got to win, right?
That's what we should probably start doing. Then we'll end up being losers anyway because of the spread. But Texans, as far as the numbers are concerned, majority of the public is betting on the Texans, and the majority of the money is on the Texans. The majority of the tickets are on the over. That's scary, but the majority by a long shot of the money is on the under, Sean. Wow. So I am totally on the wrong side of this one, apparently.
Yeah, that's surprising that somebody could look at that total and want to. I could see staying away and not trusting them to go to the over, but 43 is scary with those two teams.
Here you go. Chicago in Green Bay in my hometown. The Bears never. I think Taylor's going to have a big game too. I did my fantasy rankings, Drew, and he rakes out as the number 1 running back. So means typically what that means is that he'll hurt his knee on his third carry. You laugh. It's true. My son and I do these things all the time. Right? We do these DraftKings fantasy games. Yep. And I am telling you, there is a player on every team that gets hurt. Last week we had Sammy Watkins. Finally, Lamar Jackson has a big week throwing the ball. Sammy Watkins was like our low-cost guy where we projected he could score some points. Sammy was being targeted. He gets hit hard in his stomach, and somehow his hamstring hurts. It's like, what, it's soccer? Anyway. Yeah, Bears and Packers. The Bears never beat the Packers, Sean. Ever, 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 ever. And I don't know that they will tomorrow either.
Yeah, I don't know neither. But I don't feel comfortable giving up 5.5 points in this spot.
You're not comfortable giving up 5.5 for the Packers?
Yeah, no. I think they probably win. I just don't know. I expect it to be a close game. So,
yeah, I think the number is just right on target. And the thing is, I feel like Justin Fields. The one thing about him, I remember from his college days at Ohio State, because we get way too much Ohio State on TV here in Chicago. But the kid would either be phenomenal or horrible. There was like no middle ground. So far in the NFL, he's been mediocre. So maybe he's in that middle ground as an NFL player so far. But I feel like the Green Bay defense might be a defense that you might want to look at if you're doing the fantasy stuff. I think the Bears might cover this line because their defense is good enough to keep them in the game. But at the same time, if you thought about this game and you said, okay, one team blows out the other team, which team would you point to doing the blowing out?
Green Bay.
Yeah, so
it'd have to be.
It would have to be. So I kind of get scared when I feel like one side can blow out the other team and the other team has no chance to do it. And the public is heavily on the Packers and heavily the money on the Packers. And then most of the money is on the under in this game, Sean. The total in this game for the Bears and the Packers is 44 or 44.5, depending upon which way you want to go.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it go. It seems a little low, but it's a rivalry game too. And, I mean, this game could go either way. This game could be in the 50s or it could be a low-scoring game. So, again, I'm going to pass.
Yeah, I have it coming in exactly 44. So it's a dumb, stupid soccer tie on the total in the NFL for the Bears and the Packers. Kansas City and Washington. Ooh, both of these teams. The loser of this game is in trouble, I think, Sean.
Yeah, and that's why I love Kansas City here. They're gonna make a statement tomorrow. I don't think Washington.
How can you make a statement against Washington?
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm curious. How do you make a statement? You're playing Washington.
I've seen a lot of people think Washington's the underdog this week. Oh, Kansas.
Well, they are the underdog this week.
Well, the underdog that's going to win this week, and they're not. Kansas City, Washington's offense is not going to be able to keep up with Kansas City. I know this new defense style is to make Kansas City go the length of the field. The thing is, Kansas City is still scoring. They're just not stopping anybody. But I think
so. Tomorrow they're going to stop somebody.
They're going to stop. They're going to be able to stop Washington. They're going to be able to contain Washington.
Tyler Heineke? No way.
And
no way.
He might turn it over a couple times too. So I'll take Kansas City.
Well, I think Mahomes is doing a good job of giving the ball to the other team lately.
Yeah, well, they're going to figure something out here because of this new style of playing them. They're going to start figuring it out. So Kansas City giving up 6.5. Sign me up.
I think they're going to just throw the ball deep to Tyreek Hill on every play. That's what I think. I think that if I were the offensive coordinator there, that's what I would do. I'd be like, Tyreek, this is what we're going to do.
Well, that's what they want to do.
Every play.
That's what they want to do, but defenses aren't allowing it. So,
yeah, I think Kansas City probably covers this game. Boy, but that number, a touchdown. I mean, you can get -6.5, Sean, for -110. I would probably be inclined if I were you to take that, or you could take -7 for -107. So
no, I like the 6.5. Yeah, if it, that's perfect because you can win by a touchdown.
And you still cover.
Yeah.
I got a feeling this is going to be a high-scoring game too, though, Sean. Because there's no question Washington's going to score.
Yeah, I mean, Kansas City's defense ain't going to be a world beater tomorrow, but I think they can contain Washington enough, and I don't think Washington's defense is going to stop Kansas City, even if it's got to be 10 to 12 play drives. Kansas City's going to start figuring it out. They have to do something. They know how defenses are playing them now. And the defenses aren't going to stop till Kansas City figures it out. So
they haven't figured it out yet. I think the problem is Andy Reid. Andy Reid doesn't like to run the ball. He doesn't like to do underneath stuff, and he doesn't have any patience. Right? When he wants a cheeseburger, damn it, he wants a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
That's his offensive philosophy. I want a touchdown.
When he wants a Philly cheesesteak, he wants a Philly cheesesteak. He's going.
That's right. So I have the game coming at 56, Sean. So I think I have it as one of the highest scoring games of the week. So I do think there's going to be a plethora of points, but I'm not going to bet the over because 54 is too high in the NFL. 1 or 2 bad drives or missed points that you have if you leave or you score field goals instead of scoring touchdowns, and those high total overs become almost impossible to beat late in the game.
I'm with you though. No play, but definitely leaning the over.
Minnesota versus Carolina. This is an interesting game because you have the most, I think, I don't know what you want to say, maybe disappointing quarterback in Kirk Cousins versus a quarterback that folks thought might have finally figured it out down there in Carolina, but no.
Yeah, I'm almost. This is a strong lean. I want to do it. Carolina. I mean, they started off as the favorite, and Muddy's really switched to Minnesota here. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna.
Do you want to take Carolina?
No, I'm a strong lean on Carolina, taking them as winning. If I had to go one way, I'd go Carolina winning. But neither of these teams, I really want to put money on right now.
Neither. I have actually Minnesota winning the game, but Carolina covering, which is kind of hard to do with 2.5 points. So it just tells you this is going to be a really close game in all likelihood. So with that sort of get up, I can't make that play at all. I could do it if I was somehow getting a really nice plus line one way, and then I can maybe do it on the other side and try to play it down the middle. But in any case, I can't take this spot here at all. But I do think this is another one of those games, and maybe I'm a little bit crazy, but I feel like this is another game that could put some points in there, though I feel like Minnesota should have put some points up the last couple of weeks, so it scares me off. I have this game coming in at 47, and they have it at 45.5, Sean. I have Minnesota winning by 3. So all that stuff just means stay away to me. It's going to be a really quiet week for me in the betting.
Yeah, I would lean the under here only because Minnesota's offense seems to move the ball, but they don't always score the touchdowns. They struggle there. And then Carolina's offense has just been a mess lately. Hasn't, when they started playing the better competition, they're not scoring the points. So I would expect this to be a little bit lower scoring.
I think they'll go over. Chargers and Baltimore. Lamar Jackson had a really good game. Now they're going against the Chargers defense that just let up a ton of points. And hopefully this week, for those folks who bet against the Chargers, the referees will figure out what is offensive pass interference and what is defensive pass interference, so it doesn't cost Rich wins. Looking at the game, it's interesting because 2/3 of the money is on the Chargers, but a little bit more than 50 cents of the dollar is on the Ravens. Sean, who do you like in this game?
I like the Chargers, and I'm going to take the Chargers to win this. They're the better team, and
how do you figure they're the better team?
I'm telling you, Baltimore.
They should have just lost in a game.
Yeah, but they would have lost to the Browns, who have been playing really good and are a good team. I'm telling you, the Browns, if they're healthy,
they have a weak rush defense. The Chargers, right? They do. So, and they're going up against one of the best running teams in football, even if it's just Lamar running the ball. I was
going to say, it's Lamar running the ball. So that's a misleading.
It's going to be Le'Veon and Lamar tomorrow. Le'Veon, if he's not toked up, but yeah.
I think the Chargers are going to put up points here too. So I'll trust Herbert over Jackson any day of the week.
See, I trust Jackson's legs more than I trust Herbert's a defense to stop them. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. So anyway, you're going to take the Chargers plus 2.5, or you're going to money line them, Sean, because it's minus 2.5.
Money line.
So you can get plus 128 is the best number I can get you.
I will agree with you, though. I do think this is going to be a shootout.
Yeah, I just don't think that the Chargers have any defense right now. And you've got a team, their weakness is running, and the offensive strength for Baltimore is running. So that sets up, styles make fights, and that fight favors the Baltimore squad.
I'd be more concerned if that's the running backs and not the quarterback. The quarterback, they can put a spy on him and stuff.
You can spy all you want on Lamar. You don't think every team puts a spy on Lamar?
I know, but I'm just saying, I think, and Baltimore's going to get their rush yard, so leave it happen, but make Jackson beat you through the air. And I don't think he's going to consistently do it like Herbert will for the Chargers. So I will trust the Chargers here.
Total's 51, Sean. I have him coming in considerably above that number, Sean. So I am going to take the over in this spot, Sean.
Yeah, I like that.
It probably goes over. We'll see. I probably regret it because I think I'm playing 3 overs this week, and overs in the NFL, they fatten them up on the top side because they know that's what people like to bet. They want to see points. But as far as the money is concerned, most of the people in that particular game are playing the over as well. 2/3 of the money, 2/3 of the ticket. That scares the living daylights out of me. KC has multiple top players out, I believe. I know that Clyde Edwards-Helaire is out, but I don't know that I know that Tyreek Hill. He didn't practice Wednesday and Thursday, but he came back on Friday and they said he was jumping around. So I don't know who else is out, but I think as long as Tyreek Hill plays, he'll get 40 targets. Top wide receiver this weekend in in fantasy. Next up, Sean, is the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Detroit Lions. Is this the 1-800 I need help game?
Maybe. I mean, the Bengals have been good.
Minus 3.5. You're going to take him? Take him.
No, I'm gonna.
You're all dressed up and stuff, sophisticated and smart.
Yeah, I mean, if I have a good week, I'll have to do this every week. But no, I would lean Cincinnati, but I'm not going to take them here.
Cincinnati wins. I think there's a good chance Cincinnati covers, but I don't have any plays against the spread this week, Sean, because my numbers are like almost spot on Vegas's numbers, which kind of concerns me a little bit because that tells me that maybe I'm mirroring the way they're putting their numbers together a little too closely, and it's not going to afford me a lot of plays. But in any case, I feel like Cincinnati is the team that's going to win this game. They're definitely better than Detroit. I think that they got the better quarterback. They have the better skill set on the offensive side of the ball. The number one wide receiver, if there's a such thing in Detroit, is out. The DeAndre Swift might not play. He's hurt. Jamal Williams, he's hurt. So a lot of whatever you want to call it, whatever kind of offensive talent that they may have in is as low grade as it might be in Detroit. It might be even more low grade than normal tomorrow. So I think Cincinnati does win this game. I do think Cincinnati covers, but I'm not a fan. I'm afraid, to be honest with you, Sean. These last couple of days have shell shocked me, man. Like it's been the roughest patch that I've experienced in 2 years, and I'm not digging it, man, as they used to say in the 60s.
Yeah, I believe it.
That game, I have this game going over too, Sean. It's 46.5. I got them coming in over 50, but I've been on the Detroit over game for 2 games in a row, and Detroit has been unable to score points. And then when they get in the red zone, Goff must have some small hand, and those small hands turn into fumbles every time. So even if they get down there to score and have an opportunity to score points, 4 times they were in the red zone against the Bears. All they need to do is convert once, and that game goes over for me, but they don't. So I can't bet the total either because I hate Detroit.
Yeah, I don't like this total. I think that's set pretty good.
It's going to go over now that I passed, but yeah.
Yeah, if I had to lean, I might lean the over, but yeah, I'm not trusting Detroit's offense against the Bengals defense, especially if those couple guys are out. So
yeah, a lot of dudes. Well, DeAndre is probably going to play, but I think he might be limited in his ability. The blowout game of the day, Sean, is at the Rams and the Giants. The numbers actually come down from 9 earlier in the day to 8. So I feel like the Rams -8 might be a decent idea.
it could be.
No Saquon. You got Devin Booker. You got Kenny Galladay is out. Daniel Jones coming off a concussion, didn't really practice all week. Guy throws interceptions when he can't think straight. I don't know. I think this could be one of those blowout games for the Rams.
It could be. I would think this is more throw the Rams in on a parlay. I don't like giving up 8-9 points on the road here, especially against a team like the Giants. They're going to have nothing to lose.
They suck.
They do suck. They do. But they're going to be forced to throw it too. But
to who?
I know.
Who are they going to throw it to? The guy that throws punches. That's it.
Yeah. The Rams defense has
not a boxing or UFC. It's football, dude. And Jalen Ramsey. I mean, those 2 guys might get in a fight. Now I wonder what the line is on that.
Well, we'll have to find where are we going to find that?
I don't know. But it's got to be out there somewhere. What's the kid's name again from the Giants? I forget his name.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, he got in a fight last week with the Cowboys.
Yep.
And wait till he gets up against Jalen Ramsey, who doesn't know how to shut up.
Yeah, and he'll do the fist fight.
Yeah.
What if you're the Giants? Do it because you get Ramsey out of there. I mean,
yeah, he's not that good anyway. He's a better talker than he is player. So I think the Rams cover that 8, Sean, but not by enough for me to go ahead and make a play on that game. As far as the total is concerned, it's 48.5, Sean. What do you think about that one?
I don't like it. If I had to lean one way, I might go under, but I don't like this total, and I don't like these 2 teams. To be honest,
I have the game going under. I mean, I have the Rams actually winning by 13 points, Sean. 28 to 12 points, 28 to 16, but that's rounding up for the Giants. So it's going to go under, I feel like, but not by enough for me to go it. And I think the Rams are going to cover. But like I said, I'm a little too scared from the last couple of weeks, what's happened to me. So I'm just going to play it as cautiously as I can. Maybe I should just open it up and go crazy and take everything and hope that I go over 50%. Arizona and Cleveland, Sean. Any way that Cleveland can get in another shootout here like they did last week?
They might. I am going to take Cleveland giving up 3.5 here. Arizona's
no Nick Chubb.
Yeah, no Nick Chubb.
And the other kid, too, is hurt. Might not play Kareem Hunt. So I don't know who their running back's going to be. Yeah,
well, I would imagine Hunt probably fights through it and plays because Chubb being out. But we'll see.
He hurt himself in practice on Friday, and he's got last time I checked, I think he had a doubtful tag, which isn't usually good. And those Friday downgrades usually aren't positive.
That's not good. But Arizona's head coach is out. Cliff Kingsbury, Chandler Jones is out. There's a couple other players out there having COVID issues, so that's a problem on their end as well. So I'm going to take Cleveland giving up 3.5.
Cleveland -3.5, Sean, is -105. So you could take that. I have the Arizona Cardinals actually winning this game, Sean, by about 3 points. Okay. So that gives me a 6-point margin of error. Oof. I'm so close on this one, Sean. Like I said, I'm going to stay disciplined, but I feel like Arizona's the play. Looking at the money, let's see what they think. See if they agree or disagree with me, Sean. What side are they on? Let's see. The Cardinals. Well, this game is basically most of the bets are on the Browns, but it's a 50-50 on the money. So a little bit of money betting on the Arizona side. The total in this game, Sean, is, and I feel like this is the number that's going to happen, 48 and a half. Well, I can get 45 and a half over here. Hell yeah. No, not at minus 175, though. I'm going to take 48 and a half minus 110, and I'm going to go over because I feel like Cleveland's not going to be able to run the ball. Both teams are going to be airing it out, and that should lead to a lot of points.
It's possible. I would concern with these players out for Arizona and Kingsbury being the offensive guy, what that does to Arizona's offense. And Cleveland's defense has been playing great.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that fourth quarter?
That was a Chargers, though. We throw that out.
Fourth quarter?
Yeah, I know.
But the Chargers offense has been better. I mean, Kansas. I think Arizona has the number one offense in the league.
Yeah, but I think
you can't argue with the numbers, Sean.
You don't think Cliff Kingsbury not being there is going to affect it at all, though?
No, I don't.
We've seen it before.
As a matter of fact, I think it might actually help them because I think sometimes he makes some pretty ridiculously bad decisions.
Yeah, so I'm just going to stay away from the total. I could see this going either which way. Too many players out to figure it out.
It's going way over, Sean. It's going to be over by halftime. Las Vegas, with the new coach. No Chucky. What do you think? So this is my experience has been with this. They're either going to win big or lose big. This one's not going to be. It's not going. Whoever wins this game, I don't. So now it's probably going to be a field goal with the expiring clock. But my experience has been when you have this kind of locker room drama that either, like I said, it's a blowout one way or the other, and I'm not sure which way it's going to be. But it sure looked like the team quit last week.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit to change whatever they're going to change here. I don't think they're just going to run smooth. So I'm going to take Denver giving up the 4. I would expect it to be the other way where Denver blows them out.
-4 for minus 110, Sean. So the money's 50-50 on this game. Nobody knows what the hell to expect. I don't know what the hell to expect. But everybody expects the game to go over because more than 90% of the money is on over 43.5. So, I mean, that almost inclines me to take the under just because of that. I have them coming in at 47, so that would be over. But that's not a big enough margin for me to go ahead and make that jump. Dallas and New England. Ooh, the Cowboys going against the rookie, Matt Jones. The offense has started to struggle a little bit up in New England. They're coming in against a team that's hot in the Cowboys. But are they as good as their record, Sean?
They're pretty close. They're the only team I think that's covered every game this year, and they're going to cover here too. New England's offense struggles, and I don't think New England's defense is going to stop Dallas.
But you know that the Cowboys have like one of the worst pass defenses in the league, right?
Yeah, but I don't trust Mac Jones to take advantage of that too much. He's gonna put up some stats, but Dallas is gonna score a bunch of points. I don't see New England doing it. So 3.5 is not that much to give up. I'll give it up.
Well, you can give up 3 for minus 125, or you can give up 3.5 for minus 110. Or you can get -6.5, Sean.
No, we're not going to go
crazy. $1.25.
We'll do the -3.
You can get plus 125 for -6.5.
Yeah, we're not going to. We'll do Dallas -3 for minus 125.
All right. And then the money is overwhelmingly on the Cowboys. Over 70 cents on the dollar is on the Cowboys. I have the Cowboys in this particular spot. Let's see. This game is going to be close, I think, Sean. It's going to come down to the end to a field goal. You got Mike McCarthy against Bill Belichick. I mean, can there be a bigger coaching mismatch in the history of the league? I don't think so. As far as the total is concerned, Sean, let's see. The Cowboys, where are the Cowboys and the Patriots? Coming in at 47, and the total is 50.5. I think that number is too high, personally, Sean. So I'm not going to bet it, but I think it's going to be an under.
It might be. Yeah, and this is another one. It's set pretty good. I could see it going either way, so I'm staying away.
Final game of the evening, you have Seattle versus Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh is laying 5 points to Geno Smith. Yeah, Geno Smith. They're going to really miss, but although they haven't ruled him out yet, Sean. Russell Wilson.
Really?
No, I think he actually practiced in a limited fashion on Friday. So maybe he shows up and plays. If he shows up, man, you're going to regret not taking Seattle in the 5.
Yeah.
We can get 5.5 actually for -109. So
yeah,
line's creeping up.
I'm going to pass on this game completely. Pittsburgh should win, but I mean, Pittsburgh's offense, I mean, they're getting together a little bit here now, but does anybody really trust them?
Well, Juju Smith is out, so Deontay Johnson tomorrow night could be a hell of a – because you know how Ben likes to throw to one guy a lot. So I think Deontay Johnson's going to – either him or Claypool is going to see a ton of targets.
Yep. And Geno didn't play too bad. We'll see what he does. I'm not playing either way.
The game is supposed to score 42.5 points, Sean. I think they're going to come in at 41. It's way, way, way too close for me. So I can't do anything there either, Sean. So just to recap, what are your 3 plays for the night? I don't know. Do you have 4 plays, 5 plays? What do you got? You usually got like 20.
I got 6 plays.
6. Oh, my Lord. That's my Dusty Baker.
Yeah, I got Miami giving up 3, Kansas City giving up 6.5, Chargers to win at +128.
Just road.
Cleveland giving up 3.5.
One home
team. Yeah, and then Denver -4. We got another home team.
Yeah.
And then Dallas -3.
Road. 4 road teams, 2 home teams. All right. I'm going to take the over in the game of the week. So I got the over in Houston and Indianapolis. I have the over in the Cardinals and Cleveland game. Mm-hmm. And I also have the over. What other game did I have the over in?
Chargers and Baltimore. There you go. Those are my 3 plays, all over, huh? That is the game of the week, I believe, Chargers, Baltimore.
Probably will be the game of the week. So
unfortunately, they have that at 1 o'clock, and, it'll make everybody watch Dallas, New England at 4:25.
Yeah, indeed. It'll be that game. I'll be at – which game are you going to be at? The Denver game?
Yeah.
That'll be fun, yes, indeed. You think they're going to win by 4? The Braves won. Yeah, that's good. That's Sean's team, the Braves.
Yep.
He's all fired up now. Look at him.
I didn't get to keep up with the game at all today, but I'm glad they won. And
yeah, he's a well-dressed man. He's in his easy top form. And I'm in my 80s form. Everybody's crazy about a well-dressed man. Anyway, Sean, that wraps up this week. We'll be back on Monday, right, to talk about Monday Night Football.
Yep.
Tomorrow we'll post our picks. I'll post my fades tomorrow, so make sure you check that out over at Moneyline Madmen. If I have any plays outside, if there's a couple soccer games tomorrow, I didn't get the stupid soccer tie out of Seattle. That disappoints me, but oh well. And then, it's one of 2 things. It's the gambler's fallacy, Sean. I'm due. So I don't know if that means that I'm either due or you can keep fading me. I don't know which one it is, and quite frankly, it concerns me because usually I'm brimming with confidence, and right now I'm thinking about just hanging up the cleats.
Well, you did a different strategy here. You went all over and no spread, so maybe that.
Yeah, but nothing came across today on the spread side, so I couldn't do it. As much as I was looking for lines in there, the closest one for me all weekend was Arizona. And you're on the other side. So.
I'm on the other side. Not that scared you off, because I'm the same way.
No, I should actually encourage you right now, considering where I'm at on things.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, indeed. All right, Sean. So if folks want to keep up with us, where do they go?
Facebook and Twitter, Moneyline Madmen, and then also MoneylineMadman.com.
Absolutely. And if you're watching us on YouTube, kindly subscribe, hit the thumbs up button. If you're on Facebook, give us a like. That way we go up their algorithms, and then also you'll be notified when we go live. Right, Sean? Which can be at any given time.
Sometimes.
Well, most of the time. All right, Sean, any other final parting thoughts before we get up out of here on this late Saturday night? I'm all dressed up in my hoodie. Sean's all dressed up, suit, tie. He's got he's got the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire look with the blue on blue.
Yeah, I'm just ready to get out of this.
Fantastic. All right, Sean, I will see you on Monday. Everybody else have a great weekend, and may all your NFL tickets be winners.